Tush Push. 22 teams voted against it. If they would have got 2 more votes, it would have been banned. Why?
Picture this. It's a playoff-level moment, and a team lines up for a 4th and short. The quarterback takes a shove from the running back, the pile surges forward, and suddenly the scoreboard flips, because a play that should have been routine has become the most controversial play in football. That play has a name now, the Tush Push, and it's tearing the NFL apart. This is the story of how one 2-second push changed the conversation about fairness, officiating, and what's legal in the modern NFL. The Tush Push isn't just a trick play. It's become a symbol of everything fans and analysts can't agree on. Is football evolving? Or is the game being warped? Today we'll dig into where the play came from, why coaches love it, why referees and critics hate it, and what the league might do next. If you want clear, no-spin breakdowns of the biggest topics shaking the NFL, hit subscribe and stick around, because this debate is far from over. At its simplest, the Tush Push is a designed quarterback sneak, where one or more teammates push the quarterback from behind to help him cross the line of scrimmage on a short yardage play. It's not stealthy, everyone can see it on film, but it's brutally effective because momentum is everything in short yardage. The play became famous when teams started to practice it as a coordinated package. Center snaps low, quarterback crouches, 1 or 2 blockers come from behind to deliver a shove right at the moment the ball is secured. The result is 2 or 3 yards of forward momentum that, in the NFL, can mean the difference between a turnover of downs and a first down that extends a drive or wins a game. Coaches call it smart football. Opponents call it exploiting a loophole. The Tush Push didn't appear out of nowhere. Football has a long history of innovative short yardage techniques, from the old wedge to the quarterback sneak. And the Tush Push is just the modern iteration using legal blocks and body contact. It started showing up more frequently as teams looked for high-percentage ways to convert on 4th and short. It took off because it works. It converts a lot. It's easy to teach, and it's low risk. In an era where analytic models prize possession and expected points, coaches are rewarded for plays that maximize conversion probability. The Tush Push does that, so more teams adopted it, and suddenly multiple games started ending on controversial 4th and short conversions, where the shove from behind was the decisive action. There are 2 big reasons the Tush Push triggers outrage. The first is fairness. Many fans and observers feel it cheapens the contest between offense and defense. They argue that football should be decided by outmaneuvering or overpowering the other side at the line, not by orchestrated pushes from teammates who start behind the quarterback. To them, the play crosses an invisible line between physical technique and manufactured advantage. The second reason is officiating consistency. The NFL rulebook is notoriously dense on what constitutes an illegal block, a pushing motion, or an assist. Some referees flag similar actions on one play and allow them on another. That inconsistency drives viewers crazy because it looks arbitrary. One team gets called for an infraction, another gets rewarded. When high-stakes outcomes hinge on that split-second call, fans smell injustice. From the coach's viewpoint, this is football chess. If the rules as written allow a shove from behind, and many interpretations of the rule do not explicitly ban a push to a quarterback who's already in motion, then using that edge is part of strategy. Coaches are paid to find advantages, and in tight games, the team that converts short yardage more reliably usually wins. Offensive coordinators argue the Tush Push is no different from a lineman firing off the ball to create movement or a fullback leading through a hole. If the league wants to eliminate it, fine. But until it does, coaches will practice it, call it, and reap its benefits. That pragmatic mentality helps explain why the play spread quickly. Winning breeds imitation. Critics go beyond fairness and call out safety and spirit of the game arguments. Safety advocates worry about the mechanics of pushing a crouched quarterback from behind. The player being pushed cannot always see where his feet will land or how the pile will collapse, which can lead to awkward falls or extra force on a vulnerable player. Others raise the spirit of the game issue. Football has always had unwritten norms, moves that may be technically legal but look contrary to the sport's tradition. And many feel the tush push crosses that line. Rule experts point to ambiguities in the book. Terms like assisting the runner and illegal assistance are open to interpretation. Until the league clarifies, controversy will flourish. What transforms a rule debate into a national conversation is drama, and the tush push has provided it. Across several high-profile games this season, conversions using the push decided drives and outcomes. In each case, pundits replayed the footage, paused, and argued, was this legal? Was the shove the difference? Social media amplified the conversation. Twitter threads, long-form analysis, even ex-players weighing in with their own perspective. When you get multiple marquee teams employing the tactic and winning, the issue stops being niche and becomes the story of the week. That pattern, repeated success, repeated outrage, is what pushes rule committees to take notice. So what can the league do? There are a few realistic options. First, the NFL could clarify the rulebook with precise language banning pushes from behind on quarterback sneaks. That would be the cleanest path. Change the wording, communicate the change, enforce it consistently. Second, the league could issue guidance to officials, asking them to police assisting the runner more strictly in specific short yardage contexts. That would rely on interpretation and training rather than a formal rule change. Third, the NFL could let things continue and accept the play as part of a modern evolution of the game, which would anger purists but keep strategists happy. Each option has consequences. Clarity reduces debate but changes team tactics. Guidance creates a temporary fix. Inaction fuels further fury. Changing an NFL rule isn't just a technical fix, it's political. Owners, coaches, players, broadcasters, and even gambling interests have stakes in the outcome. Owners favor rules that increase entertainment value and fairness across markets. Offensive coaches want to keep any advantage that yields points. Defensive coaches want clarity to prepare counters. Players' union considerations may arise if safety concerns are invoked. And consider TV partners and sportsbooks. Sudden rule changes affect in-game narratives and betting lines. The NFL's competition committee knows this, and that's why many rule changes move slowly. They have to balance competitive fairness, safety, tradition, and business. If you care about this debate, here's what to watch. First, listen for official statements from the NFL Competition Committee or the league office. They typically respond within a few weeks after a pattern emerges. Second, watch how officials call similar plays in the next slate of games. Consistency will indicate a soft policy shift. Third, watch coaches' playbooks. Do offensive teams begin to tweak the package or abandon it after a few controversial calls? Finally, pay attention to player safety studies or medical voices. If injuries can be linked to the mechanics of the shove, that could be the most persuasive argument for rule change. The tush push debate is more than a single play. It's a mirror showing how the NFL struggles to balance strategy, safety, and the spirit of competition. Whether you think it's brilliant football engineering or a cheat code that should be banned, one thing is clear: the conversation isn't stopping. What do you think? Should the NFL ban the tush push outright, tighten officiating, or leave it in as part of the game's evolution? Drop your take in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed this breakdown, and subscribe for more clarity on the NFL's biggest debates. This one will be worth checking back on.